Where did we go?
Hold on, you gotta remove the banner.
I am.
There we go.
Sean, you really need to figure this out. I'm just kidding. It's always my fault. So welcome everybody to Horse Center. Tonight's guest is Frankie Pennington. Frankie, thank you for being with us. I'm your co-host, or your host, Lucy Houle, along with Swiss Army Sean. How is everyone doing tonight?
Very good, thank you.
Good. All the mics are working. We're all here. So, you're approaching career win 3,000. That's a pretty huge milestone. That's a lot of races.
Yeah, it's been a lot of races. It's been a great journey, and I've had a lot of great support along the way. So, it's pretty exciting.
That's amazing. Do you know the offhand total number of horses you have ridden?
No clue.
It's a lot. Sean, do you have that there by chance?
I can get it in a minute. Yeah, I do. You have 15,960 mounts.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Out of all those horses, is there anything that really stands out to you? Is there one in particular?
Well, there's always been a few that's always I guess like a rider and a horse always get that bond, and I guess there's always been a couple of horses that I've had that with, but Miss Blue Tie-Dye is probably always one of my favorite horses that I ever rode, and probably always will be one of my favorite horses that I ever rode. She's just a filly that always gave everything.
Right. That's really cool. Do you have like it's a stupid question sometimes, but it's something that everybody asks. Do you have any preference? Like, do you like the fillies a little bit better ever over the boys, or?
No, not really. I enjoy them both. I think, they all both got their own personality. I think where the boys are more like playful, where the fillies are more sassy, I would say.
Right.
But I enjoy riding both.
I'm a mare person. I always end up with geldings, but like I love the girls. I don't know.
Right,
I think that they just, if you get a good mare that like gives you 100%, you have so much. So it's really good.
Yeah, the mares definitely have a lot of grit to them.
Yeah, definitely. And you also might be a little bit off subject, but you and your family, you're not limited to just the racing industry. You guys do a lot of horse activities, don't you?
Yes, my wife shows, my daughter shows, and my buddy of mine, Joe Williams, he's actually a horseshoer at Parks Racing, and he got me into roping. So me and my son, we ride roping horses now. We've been doing a lot of roping lately.
That's awesome. So are you guys team rope together?
Yeah. Like my son, he's been learning a lot, and I've been learning a lot, and Joe Williams and his wife Jamie Williams actually they've been helping us both out quite a bit. It's definitely a big I guess turn of a scenery, I would say.
Yeah, it's really fun. I can rope a little bit.
Can you?
Yeah. I'm really terrified of losing fingers.
Yeah.
So I haven't been out there in a while, but that's like the only thing that really scares me. Sometimes you go to some of the bigger rope-ins and you see all these guys walking around like with fingers missing, and I just love my hands how they are. It's hard though. People don't understand how hard it is.
Oh, for sure, definitely. Because I'm originally from Texas. Growing up, like you would see like a lot of the older cowboy guys, they'd all be missing fingers and stuff, and they always say, "Oh, it's from roping." But we always went to my stepfather, who got me into racehorsing. We always went kind of like the racehorsing route instead of the roping. But once I came over here and my buddy Joe started getting me roping, he would make it look so easy that as soon as I would start, I'm like, man, there's no way it looks easy, but it's so much tougher than what it looks.
It's so hard. It like makes you get sore and tired, and it's kind of exhausting a little bit. It's tough.
Absolutely.
We have a question here that is kind of cute though. Grandma horse racing. Oh, sorry, it went away. She wants to know if you're going to be in any rodeos.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I didn't know if you were able to see that from Grandma Horse Racing.
Okay.
What rodeo are you going to be in?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No time to the way I'm roping now, but hopefully one day I can at least start off in Cowtown one of these days.
Oh, that would be really neat. That would be great. So I know Sean had a couple of questions for you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start right there. When you do something that doesn't involve horses, do you take a deep breath and go, okay, I have something without horses, or do you kind of look around and go, where are the horses? Because you do everything with horses.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of I don't know how you say it. Like with the learning something new, and like I guess starting from the beginning. I guess kind of like with the roping and everything, starting from the beginning, it just kind of. I guess I get more irritated because I know horses, and I know how to ride a horse. But when you try something new and know that I'm not good at it, it kind of bugs me a lot. But I keep practicing.
Are your kids better than you?
My son, he's pretty good. He does a really good job. But we bought a roping dummy to practice roping with, so we can. I have my wife driving around and my daughter driving around on the golf cart.
That's so fun.
To keep us keep practicing.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
So as Lucy said, you're approaching career win 3,000. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but what did you do for career win 1,000, career win 2,000? What do you have planned for career win 3,000?
I don't know. Career 1,000 was in Penn National, I believe, for Butch Reed, and career 2,000 was for Kelly Breen here in Philly. And actually, the horse that I won my 2,000 on, we actually adopted it and helped it after racing. And so career 3,000, I don't know yet.
No celebration plan?
We'll probably no, my wife said adopt another one. We ain't adopted no more right now. We got a barn full. We'll probably definitely eat good that night for sure.
Absolutely. You were out with an injury for a little bit. You want to talk about what your injury was and how it was being out?
Yeah, I had bruised ribs. We had I think it was a 5-horse fill, and I thought I broke my ribs. Thank God I didn't, but they were bruised ribs, and took a little while to get back. It was very upsetting because I'd walk around and I'd feel normal, but as soon as I'm like, oh, I can do anything, I'm good. But as soon as I went to try to ride, I rode one race, and as soon as the horse would pull on me, it was a lot of pain there where couldn't quite do it.
No, I always find it interesting too, and we had Paula Bacon on, who's the agent for Antonio Gerardo and Pablo Morales. It's the same thing. So like Parks had 10 races today, you had like 4 or 5 mounts. It amazes me when, I was a kid, most of the jockeys would ride all 10 races. Is that something like, and I know you guys are very humble, but when you're off the races, you probably could replace at least 6 of those 7 jockeys that are in that race. Why do you think that is? Is it just the connection thing? Is that sometimes your decision that you just don't want to ride certain horses? Why does that happen?
I think it's all I guess kind of like how you work in the morning. Like a lot of the trainers at the track, they got their guys that come by and will like help them in the mornings, and they got their certain guys that they'll be at their barn every day to come help. So, and I help the guys that I ride for. So I guess it's kind of like I say kind of like a loyalty thing, I guess, and they kind of ride their guys, and I ride for the people I ride for.
It always surprises me though, because overall the objective's to win.
Right.
And you or in Antonio's case or Pablo's case, you guys are better than the guys that they're using. So it always kind of amazes me how that works out.
Right. Yeah, but it's always good to see loyalty, I'd say.
Well, yeah, that too. Because I know sometimes that.
Oops.
I'm still here. The camera just.
We lost Sean.
I bumped the camera.
Sean fell over. Sorry, I was reading through some of the stuff over here, but so you grew up in Texas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you start riding out in Texas?
Yeah, actually, we was I started riding. I didn't ride any races, like at like Lone Star, like a legit, but we rode in the cotton fields in Texas.
So did you do like the match races and stuff?
Well, me and my stepdad race each other. That's the first time I actually got dropped off a horse. We were racing, and actually a tumbleweed come blowing in front of us, and I got dropped. And I was just happy I was beating him. And then once the tumbleweed came, it dropped me, and I got to walk all the way back home.
So did you do any of those races? Like they call them like bush tracks. Did you do any of that in the beginning?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because that's pretty rough and rowdy riding there. But that's amazing. So it's like you're pretty much an all-around horseman, which is a really good, that's a great story and a great history. And you said your grandfather had horses as well, right?
Yeah, my step grandfather, my stepdad, they all had horses, and they taught me the right way. They made me start from the bottom up, so really which I think is a great thing for any person. Instead of just jumping on a horse and riding them, I think it's good to learn legs, just learn a horse naturally to see how they act and react to everything.
Oh, absolutely. That's great. I mean, that's definitely the way you probably recommended to do, but sometimes it doesn't always get done that way.
Right.
That's really good. And then, so you headed out, you came out to the East Coast primarily just to ride. And when did you start your racing career?
I think I was 16, and I started, I think it was 2003. I started at Thistledown and started riding. My stepdad was lead trainer at the time. And his dad, I think, was second lead trainer at the time. And they both started putting me on horses. And I think like the last month that we were there, I forgot how many. I won quite a bit for them.
Huh. Very good. So you're about 20 years into your career. That's really impressive. Well, you've done really well.
Thank you.
Sean had some questions. I think he had some football questions. I'm not as into football. So.
We'll get to football. We'll get to football later. Frankie did pick, and I don't know if feel honored or maybe he, thought the Cowboys were just gonna lose, but he did pick to join us instead of watching the Cowboys game tonight. So we appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned that earlier, and I was thinking, well, how are we gonna get him to miss the game? But wow.
I got the TV on waiting.
That's right there.
Well, you're used to probably missing games anyway. I mean, not probably now, but you used to ride on Sundays.
Yeah, we used to ride, and we used to miss all the games. We used to ask the racetrack over there if they could put the sports channel in there so we could at least watch it during each race, and they put it in there for us, which was really cool.
Do you like your schedule now, where you race, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, I love it. I love it because I get to see my kids when they get to do all their events and stuff, which is a huge thing to me.
Well, and then that's the other thing I was going to ask is we just had PA Derby a couple weeks ago, and I was going to say about the visiting jockeys. But you guys get that a lot Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays too, because a lot of times you have big races or you're really the only place on the East Coast racing.
Right.
So how is that when a lot of the other big names come in?
Oh, it's good. I enjoy it because most of those guys that all come in, they're all really good people, and there's always something. Like Joel Rosario, I look up to that rider. I think he's a really good rider, very patient. He don't panic at all, and I just enjoy watching him ride because every time he rides, I mean, you never know what you can learn.
And it's funny, when he was struggling earlier this year, and he was really struggling, you kept looking at his numbers, and he was still winning at 15%.
Yeah.
I think we have
go
ahead. Sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, since the game's about to start, and so Frankie can't watch it. So what's your prediction for tonight?
Well, I got to go with my Cowboys. For sure.
They don't make you sweat, though, right?
Oh, they make me sweat every week when they play. I still stick with them.
We have a really good question here, I think, from Jeffrey Doyle. What changes would you like to see in the future of horse racing, if anything?
What changes? Just anything that can be better for the horsemen and for the horses. Because, I mean, without the horses, then there ain't none of us. So anything that can benefit the horses each time they go out there, and the trainers and what can make it easier for everybody and just be better overall, especially for the horses. I think that's the main thing.
Right.
Well, one thing I like that Parks does, and it's a lot of the PTHA and Danny Gibson. Why doesn't every track do something like that where they're interviewing the jockeys, walking back, just taking short videos and showing the fans?
Absolutely. I think it's great this for the spectators and everybody get to see something just besides the race and be done and over with. They can actually see what the rider says about the race, or you know what I mean, and actually got to hear the rider's point of view and the trainer's point of view and everything of after the race, after they win and stuff.
Because that always amazes me too. I've talked to tracks, I've talked to other people about interviewing jockeys and stuff, and they always tell me jockeys don't have time, but every time I ask the jockey for an interview, they're more than glad to do it. So I never understood how the people doing the job say they have a second to do it, but the other people are saying they don't.
It's because we all like you, Sean. That's why.
There we go. I'll take that.
Yeah. No, but you do get I mean, like, especially if you go back to back in the race, sometimes, especially if you come back dirty, sometimes you kind of got to rush a little bit. But like Danielle Gibson, she walks back with you, so that time from you're leaving the winner's circle back to the jock's room, she gets it all in there, which is plenty of time to get like a quick little interview in.
Is that like, I don't want to say the hardest part, because obviously the hardest part's riding, but that constant changing and constant getting ready, is that like one of the hardest draining things?
Yeah, it can be, especially on rainy days. I mean, a lot of people wear mud pants. I'm one that I really don't like wearing mud pants. So for me, it's like every race I'm pretty much changing. So I'm like, hurry up and trying to change everything and get clean for the next race.
And PA Derby Day was like that.
Yes, it was.
Sean, do you want me to start interviewing everyone at Penn National at night?
Go ahead. There you go. You have to get the in with Penn National, though. Parks, they leave it happen. But, yeah.
I
think every track should have that.
Until it gets really cold out, and then you're not going to get me out there. I'm sorry. I'll be wearing like a giant snowsuit.
Gotta wear a bubble suit.
Right. My sister Haley watches the show, and she has a question for you. Do you have a favorite track to ride at? And
right, go ahead.
And if so, why?
Gotcha. I mean, obviously Philly. I've been here since I was a kid, and I know everybody here, and got a lot of friends and people that are like family to me now. So obviously Philly's probably one of my favorite places, but I mean Saratoga is probably one of the unbelievable places you go to. I mean, you go there and you get treated like a superstar, like riders should get treated over there, and it's it's quite a feeling. It's really nice.
You get security escorts over there.
Yeah, security escorts. I mean, you get to see so many like young fans over there, and it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah, the racetracks that have like a really good fan base from the public, they make it so much better. It's so fun to be there.
Absolutely.
I was in Saratoga over the summer, and I was like completely amazed. How do I get through this sea of people? There was so much going on. But it makes it great.
Really, like I think like 6:30 in the morning, I went to breeze a horse for Butch Reed last year, and like 6:30 in the morning, they're all lined up with their coolers waiting to get in. It was pretty cool.
Right, and they have like a breakfast thing going on, and they have a lot of really good things at some of those racetracks. So let's see here. I'm trying to get through some of these questions. They keep popping up. On the other side of Jeff's question, Grandma Horse Racing, what changes have you seen in your 20 years in racing? So have you noticed anything from the beginning until now, anything that's been drastically different?
Yeah, definitely like the vests, the helmets, the whips,
safety.
Just a lot of. I remember when I started riding, one of the horseshoers at Thistledown was actually gave me one of my first like Cali Hinty helmet, and it was like so big on me.
Yeah.
And I rode that thing. I used that helmet for like the first 5-6 years that I rode.
Right.
Or it got too beat up, but I mean it's just different. It's just different back then when I started, because it wasn't all these safety protocols like they are now. Like you got to have a certain type of helmet, certain type of vest, certain type of whip. it's pretty much whatever you had, you put on, and you were good to go.
Yeah, the Caliente helmets, they are like paper mache or something. I don't know what they're made out of, but you could see in the, if you peeled back the cover, it looked like they pieced it together. Those are pretty funny. And then everyone has to get used to the newer style. They'd say, oh, it looks like you have a bucket on your head or something. But now if you put on the old style helmet, it looks so funny.
Yeah.
Like a yarmulke or something. Like you just have a little cap on your head. So I'm glad that they made those changes. I think the newer helmets are so much more comfortable and they are so much safer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. You only have one brain, so it's really important.
Yep.
You had mentioned the whip rules. Was it a difficult adjustment for the whip rules, like having to count your number of hits?
Yeah, I mean, it really I think the whip rule is a great thing to have because sometimes you'd watch races and there would be, some riders that would be dead last and beating on a horse, and I don't think there's no way that shouldn't be done. Like a horse that's last, you're that far back, you shouldn't be hitting on.
I agree.
But sometimes, but when it's like close to the wire and you're trying to count how many times did I hit, you're in the mode you want to win, and then all of a sudden the six kind of like man, did I hit 5 or 6 times already? So you're kind of like trying to keep it all intact and try to ride and win races at the same time.
Yeah, I think that would be really hard.
Yeah.
I'd be out right there because I'd never be able to keep track.
Well, and that's a subject from PA Derby Day too. I don't know critical. I'm not. Paco's a good friend, whatever. But the whole thing with Paco, how hard is that to balance? Like he completely kind of pulled up on the horse. We don't know what he was feeling at the time,
right?
And then he gets suspended for it.
Yeah, that's I don't know. There, no comment.
Yeah, I figured it's just fans always want to know, and
right.
we're not out there, so it's kind of hard to judge, and then he gets suspended for 30 days, and that's your guy's livelihood. Like,
absolutely,
some jockeys can't afford 30 days.
Absolutely, yes, I mean, sometimes 30 days. That's a long time. It don't seem like a long time, but for a rider, it's a very long time.
Yeah, it's 30 days without working.
Yeah.
That can be tough.
Absolutely. I lose my mind after 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Like not doing nothing. I start going stall crazy. So 30 days, yeah, it's quite a while.
Back to a little bit on the subject of, like you said, if a horse is running last, you can't be beaten on him. And obviously there's things that go on out there that you guys cannot control in any way. Do you ever get a lot of like backlash or negative feedback from like the general public, the betting public with social media and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll get the messages with people send me messages of nasty stuff, but I just ignore. Like for me to worry about what one small brain is thinking or wanting to say to me,
right.
I just let it go out in one ear and out the other. I don't even open them up. Sometimes I just pass it by. But I think sometimes sometimes I get this and I think, man, what do like LeBron James or someone like that get on a daily average? So
yeah, no, you're right. It just it always blows my mind when I see things like that because it's tough. You guys are in a really tough business and sometimes in really tough situations. And unless somebody's been out there doing it, they have no idea, what's going on.
We're risking our lives every day. It's not because we won second or third. We're risking our lives out there to win a race. So, and people thinking, stupid stuff that they want to say. It's like, come on. Because they lost their $2, they want to get mad at me, and I'm risking my life.
You're right. I'm glad it doesn't get to you because that's good.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie's not the easiest. Before I met Frankie, I sent him a message on Facebook, and he never saw it. So he's not the easiest to get a hold of.
Yeah, believe me. If I'm one of those people, like I usually don't hardly ever get onto anything, and if somebody I don't know, I usually don't even open it or nothing like that. But
probably better that way.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you're on a horse in a stakes race that we've all become familiar with because of the groom going viral, Victor Cruz, and we had Victor on the show, Nimitz class.
Yeah, very nice horse, and I was fortunate enough to be able to pick up the horse, and he just amazing horse that just seems like all he wants to do is win.
Have you been on him before?
Never been on him. I've seen his butt a lot of times.
Well, and you are the favorite tomorrow. So, did you look at that field yet?
Yeah, and I know. I think a couple of them might scratch. I don't know. I think one or two of them might scratch tomorrow. So hopefully that'll dwindle it down a little bit and make it hopefully a little bit easier.
Who do you think's your biggest threat?
I think my biggest threat is just getting a clear pace. I think he's the class of the race. I think they kind of got to worry about me. I think he's the horse to beat, and hopefully we just get a good trip and let him do his thing.
Well, hopefully somebody tomorrow gets a picture of Victor celebrating again.
Yeah,
Picture or video.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we have a couple of questions coming up here. And if you can see that down there from Sean Nolan.
Yeah, how cool. Baron consistent. What effect this? Oh, I love Baron. Baron, he's another one like Miss Blue Tie-Dye. He's one of my favorite horses. He's an amazing horse, all the class in the world, and he's a stud too, which is amazing how quiet and cool he is. And I still say it now, he's got the best forelock in the game. Yeah, he's got the best forelock ever seen on a horse. He's an amazing horse.
That's good. I love the keeping the hair on them a little bit, like the forelocks and the tails. And I know sometimes in the racing industry we tend to like pull them or we trim them a little bit too much, but I'm a fan of letting it grow as well.
I'm just saying, I like the thickness.
Yeah, it looks so nice. It looks gorgeous on a horse.
I agree.
Canine Striker has a question here. Where did it go? Oh. Is the win photo behind you from your 2000th win? Or is that the horse you adopted?
Oh, that's actually Paige McKinney. And then, where's that? Oh, here's the 2000. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Very nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of a glare, but we can see it.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Then I got here's Miss Blue Tie-Dye here.
Nice.
And here's Emily. She's been wanting to get on here all day.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, this is a race horse that my wife had. She won a race on him, and we actually got married on the horse, and it sits in front of the fireplace.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Wait.
And we still have the horse too.
Well, that's great. How many horses do you have? So you guys have like a whole little farm.
She quit telling me how much we had.
Probably best.
Yeah, I think it's better that way. The only reason I find out about new ones is when my daughter Emily tells me about them.
That's great. So Emily, she does the show horses, right? Like
Right.
100 number stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in racehorse things yet?
She wants to be a rider, but she got no chance.
It's tough.
She told she needs to go to finish school and college first.
That's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Christopher DeSalza, what is your best workout? I'm not sure if that means like actually physically working out or your best work.
I do. I run a lot. Yeah, I run in our arena we got and here at the farm. So I'll run around in the sand. I'll run around there for about 10 minutes, and then that's really bad. I do a lot of run. I don't lift too much weights because I don't want to put too much muscle and get too much heavier.
Yeah.
It's mostly just, and then breezing the horses. That's the horses. They work out every muscle in your body. So
were you did you come into horse racing naturally light, or do you have to work for it a little bit?
I came in naturally light. I was always very light, and then probably the last 2 years was the first time I actually started putting a little more weight on, which I had to start losing a couple pounds and size, and which was tough for me because I was always naturally light and eating every day, eating whatever I want. So it was a little change of pace for me because I was always so used to doing anything I wanted. But now I watch more what I eat, and my wife is always cooking healthy meals for me.
Well, that's good. That's great that you have a lot of support at home. It seems like you guys kind of, with y'all being in the horse industry, everybody's kind of in it together, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you get made different meals, or did your family kind of eat the same thing as you do?
They all get what I get. So I mean, sometimes my wife will make the kids pasta and stuff on days where it's just like salad, or if we eat something spicy, then she'll make the kids like a side dish of pasta or something for them.
Do you have a cheat day at all?
Every Wednesday and Thursday.
There you go.
Besides this Thursday, I got to go to Delaware, but mostly it's Wednesday after the races. We usually eat pizza or whatever. Then Thursday I'll eat whatever. Then after that, it's back to watching what I eat and everything.
That's really great. I'm sorry, I'm going back through some of our comments here. Here's a good question. I like this one from Cody Eugene. What's your favorite meal that your wife cooks for you?
That's my brother that sent me that. He's actually in the.
That's your brother?
He's in the military. He's the Marines, and he's one of my heroes.
Is he overseas right now, or is he?
He was before, but he's thank God he's back home in Virginia with his family.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, hi, Cody, brother. That's
yeah,
really cool.
He's
So, what is your favorite meal?
Yeah, you can't dodge the question now.
Yeah, the best meal my wife probably makes is a peanut butter jelly. No, she makes a buck pot pie, which is really good. So I'm a hunter, so when I do get deer meat, she'll make instead of like a chicken pot pie, it's like deer meat pot pie, which is really, really good.
So you hunt as well?
Yes.
So you do all kinds of things. You're like very multifaceted. That's great. So is it okay? Wait, deer season? Forgive me because I don't know. It starts in November, right? That's coming up soon, right?
It's already started.
Oh, it's already started.
Yeah.
And then from that, do you do that year round? Do you kind of change with the seasons as the new stuff opens up, or do you primarily just stick with the deer?
No, like I'll hunt for a little bit, and like everything that we hunt, like we eat. Like we won't hunt nothing that I'm not gonna eat.
Okay.
Usually do that, then we'll do that. Then I do a lot of bass fishing too. Me and Stuart Elliott, we used to fish tournaments every Tuesday after the races.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah, so a lot of outdoor stuff I do.
That's really neat. You should they have, and maybe you've already been on one, but they have like hunting trips out west, like in Montana and stuff. They're all horseback and they're pretty awesome from what I see. I have not been on one because I'm not a hunter, but it looks amazing. They take you out, horseback and do the whole deal. It's freezing cold. I don't know how they do it, but everybody looks like they have a great time.
Yeah, I seen it. It looks amazing. Like you said, like the same with the code. Like I don't know how much of the code
right
I could take, but it does look amazing.
Yeah, it looks like it's a ton of fun. We were out there over the summer, but like I said, that's not what we were there for. But everybody, was getting geared up talking about the fall and winter trips, and it looked like it was a really good time.
Yeah.
Grandma Horse Racing has a question. After 3,000, what's the next accomplishment you're hoping for? Do you have any other goals set after that?
My wife's talking in the background.
She can chime in if she wants to get on the camera. She's definitely welcome to.
I don't know. I mean, I'm very happy and grateful to be able to get close to 3,000 and hopefully get it here sooner than later, and get it done and over with. But I don't know. I mean, anything's possible, and just kind of go with the flow, I guess.
Do you feel like now that it's like the milestone of 3,000 has been set, it's like, oh, like if I could just get these last few, like it's more stressful or?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. The same with my 1,000, my 2,000.
Right.
Every time I got close to my 1 and 2, like I feel like it gets close and then it just kind of gets stuck for a while. And then as soon as after I get that win and get it, then it just feel like everything just starts clicking. I don't know why it's like that, but
I think it's that way for a lot of people. When it's like you have this thing coming up, whatever it is, and then it's like, oh my gosh, if I could just get over this hump. For some reason, the world seems to work that way.
Yeah.
Corey Lannery's been stuck on 4,999 for, it feels like, a month and a half at this point. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And he had one the other day, and the horse didn't quite act, and he said he did a bad ride, but it looked like he was going to win and didn't win. So the good news is we have never been a jinx. We've only ever been good luck. So you should be able to get those wins pretty soon here.
I'm going to keep you to that, Sean.
Yeah, we don't want to start a streak of jinxes at all. We've always been good luck.
That's it.
Taking our questions as they come up. A lot of people really appreciated the tour of the house and the pictures. We have several comments about that, so that's really nice.
There's my.
They said you could wallpaper your house with all the. Somebody said.
Oh, is that your son?
Yeah. Frankie.
Hi. Hi. Your kids are adorable.
They get it from their dad, so. Hold on, my wife. Hey, she wants to get it.
Hi. What about the how old is your daughter?
She's just turned 9.
She could do the pony races, just saying. it's a lot of fun. If you ever
Yeah, she been wanting to do it, but we're gonna keep her with the show jumping.
I like it. That's what I grew up doing as well. It's a good investment for the kids. I think absolutely.
Yeah.
Great.
And we also got 3 dogs around here somewhere. There's. Yeah.
Well, this is great. We've got the whole family.
Yeah, we call him Gritty because my son learned how to gritty from school, and like the first month, my son would be sitting home eating, doing the gritty all the time. So we got him. We named him the Gritty.
I don't know what the Gritty is. Do you, Sean?
Yeah, I do, but I'm definitely not doing it.
What's the Gritty? Show us.
There you go.
That's part of the Gritty. My son does it the best because he did it for like 2 months straight. But he's camera shy, so.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. We have looks like maybe one last question here. And I don't know if this is a trick question or how is your best friend?
My best friend's doing good.
Who is your best friend?
Marco Zulueta. He's one of the good friends of mine.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Well, that's great. It's good to know.
Yeah, doing good.
Well, good. Well,
you got this one at the bottom.
What's that?
You got this one at the bottom. Barn tour next, it says.
Oh, do you like harness racing? Have you ever been involved you've done every other horse activity?
That's something me and my wife went and watched once. She said she'd love to have a standardbred. We actually went and Saratoga and actually watched it for the first time I ever seen it like live. Mm-hmm. It's definitely different. Yeah,
I'm with her on that. I love standardbreds. I love their personality. I love their big old jug heads. I think they're adorable. I haven't gotten to involved in the racing part, the standardbred racing, but I love a good standardbred. They're so freaking cute.
That they say at Mid-Atlantic, that standardbred.
She said in Mid-Atlantic, the horse hospital over down the road from us is they say that they get them and they're very calm.
Yeah, I have seen them pull up like a 6-horse slant with all the standardbreds tied. They'll open the back door. There's no divider, and they'll stand there, for a half hour on the trailer just hanging out till they, have to go somewhere. Like they have such a good mindset. So
yeah. That's what I like about the quarter horses I got for roping that I bought. I mean, they're just don't have to don't ride within a month. You can jump on them, tie them. They're just
it's really fun.
Absolutely.
On your roping, are you a header or healer or both?
Header for now. I haven't got to roping yet. I mean the healing yet. Yeah, I do it on the machine and stuff. The bull that we have, but yeah, my wife wants to take one of the quarter horses that I have to a horse show and show it to do a pleasure division.
It'll probably do really well. Just clean it up, clip it a little bit, make it look fancy. It'll probably do great.
Exactly, that's what she said.
That's great. Well,
actually, another thing I wanted to say is my valet Ronnie, he's been ready to retire, and he said he ain't gonna retire till I get my 3,000. So, Ronnie open, yep.
So if you do go in a slump, you can just say you wanted him around for a longer period of time.
Exactly, keep him around. Yeah, he's been around me since I was 16, so I don't want him to leave yet.
Oh no, he's been with you since you're 16.
Yep, been with me since I was 16. He lived with me at my old house before wife and kids and everything.
I think we are gonna have to talk to him about being a guest on the show. So I bet he has a lot to say.
Yep.
A lot of stories.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So through your whole career, you guys work together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, he's been with me everywhere. Drove with me to Prescott, Ohio. He's been all over. He's definitely part of our family.
Oh, that's a really great story. That's really sweet. I don't think, I think that they sometimes are super underrated. Having a good valet is, obviously it's crucial for you guys. It's like kind of like your right-hand man. So
absolutely. It's huge. When you get a good valet, it just makes a world of difference. 100%.
That's amazing.
He's always been not only a good valet, but he's been a great friend and a good person all around.
Well, whoever comes next is going to have some big shoes to fill then.
Yes.
Hopefully you get someone good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good valets over there, so I think it'll be all right. But no one's going to be a valet like Ronnie was. So
how does that process happen? You just kind of pick whoever you want next?
Yeah, pretty much. I guess there's like maybe 10, 12 valets up there, but they're all, Ronnie's always going to be my main guy. He's been with me since I was a kid, and but there's definitely a lot of other very good valets up there that do very good. So,
real quick, for anybody listening that maybe doesn't exactly understand their job as you're describing Ronnie, can you give like a just quick description of what his job is and what he does for you?
Absolutely. A valet is someone who takes care of all your tack, your saddles. They saddle the horses too for the races, but they'll come back. They'll check your webbings, your irons. They'll check everything on your saddle. Make sure that your saddle, your girths, everything are in top shape for racing. And always make sure your goggles are clean. They do everything. My valet Ronnie, he actually takes my clothes home and washes them instead of like leaving them at the track. So he goes further on, I guess I would say.
Oh, that's super sweet.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
They're usually the guys that go back and forth that you go, that guy's not a jockey. That's usually the valet. Right? The people that PA Derby Day, the media is kind of in the way and kind of blocking them, that they got to weave in and out of the traffic.
Yeah, listen, they are underrated. They got to saddle a lot of tough horses and always checking, just totally checking everything. I mean, it's some valets have 4 or 5 riders, and all 4 or 5 riders of those are in the race. They're
Right.
equipment.
They're super, super busy. Canine Striker asked if we can get Ronnie on as a guest. And yes, I think that we should work on that, Sean. We maybe get the contact info after the show. Because
Hey, we know somebody that knows Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie, where are you? We'll definitely try to get in touch with him because there's so many aspects of this industry. There's so many people involved in getting, a horse to the winner's circle. It's just amazing, and it's really a team effort. Like they say, it takes a village, and it really, really does.
Absolutely.
That's great. I'm glad that you guys have developed a friendship and you've been working together for so long.
Yeah.
We're just about approaching an hour, so we don't want to keep you too long. Do you have any other questions tonight, Sean?
I guess my last question, besides Nimitz class, do you have any other horses tomorrow or Wednesday that better should really look out for?
I mean, I ride 4 tomorrow, and they all look live, and like my mom always said, you got to be in it to win it. So we're in it.
There we go.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. It was very nice getting to see your family, your pictures, the dogs, everything. It was really great.
Yeah, we'll do a barn tour next time. I'll hand the phone off to my wife. She can show you.
I will be here for it. Or maybe next time we should just have her on the show so she can, give us the inside scoop on everything.
Well, what I should do is instead of doing a Parks PA Derby day, I'll have to do another day where I go to the races with you and hang out or something.
Yeah, go to the race, and then you can come back home with me and see all this wildness.
Take videos and pictures. There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
That would be awesome. All right. Well, Frankie, thank you very much. It was very nice meeting you.
Absolutely nice meeting you, Lucy. And Sean, thank you as always.
Thank you,
And,
Frankie.
We'll be in touch. Hopefully we'll hear from you again soon.
Sounds good, guys.
And good luck getting to 3,000.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm on the big screen now. There we go. It's better.
Yeah.
I like the balance. I don't like being the center.
Well, you know what? Rich always teases me with that and always makes me the big. Jamie does it now too. She makes me the big head. So.
The big head? I thought you said.
Yeah. So no. So it's good you don't know that yet. So then you do it to yourself. So you're good. We'll keep doing that. I don't want to scare viewers away.
I thought you said something else. Grandma Horse Racing says, great show and great guests. Always love what you do, HRT team. That's very sweet. Thank you. I'm not sure.
I can say from me meeting Frankie at the track too. He's awesome. Camera's gone. I'm still here.
First the screen froze with your mouth open.
No, you know what? The camera button's kind of gotten loose, so every time I even move it, so I got to fix that.
That's all right. Well, that was really nice. I have never had a conversation with Frankie.
That's odd because I thought Tyler's friends with Frankie, right?
Yes, but I don't like running into them.
But they hang out without their girlfriends, right?
I guess.
Or wives. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I probably don't even know. They're probably just doing things that I don't even know about.
There you go.
Anyways, he's driving home from Presque Isle, right?
He's gonna crash when he gets home. He's been in a lot of places in the last.
He's been all over the place.
Well, yeah. You didn't go with him to any of them?
I couldn't. So I had, because I have, my other business. I had a settlement this morning on a house, and then I have horse sales. So I had horses to show people today and tomorrow. So I couldn't go. I thought of driving up, getting someone to take me up there to drive home with him, but it just didn't work.
Did he drive by himself to all these places?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm just
and Woodbine's like what, an 8-hour ride?
Yeah, but he went from New York, so it was
longer or a little quicker.
No, it's longer from New York.
Okay.
I think it's about 8 or 9 hours from New York. From here, it wasn't so bad. We did that once, and it was It wasn't so bad.
Okay.
I can't remember how long it took us, but it wasn't terrible. So, anyways,
that's always crazy to me. I go to a track and even you get 8-9 races, and if I drive 3 or 4 hours, it's like, wow, I came 3 or 4 hours and I got to see 8 or 9 races. He went to Woodbine and he had 2 rides?
Yeah, that's what
So
we always
literally-
laugh about, because the traveling, you definitely travel more than you're actually there. Like, you might drive 5 hours to ride a race that lasts a minute and a half.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know he spends more time there with being in the sweat box and the heat box and stuff like that. But yeah, that's always crazy.
Yeah, they have all that stuff to do beforehand. So it's a tough job. I mean, I don't, I think a lot of people know, but then a lot of people don't know, like, especially when people are critical of riders, they don't understand everything that went into getting to that day and what they went through as far as, the weight and the physical aspect of it. So it's a tough sport. It's a tough sport for everyone. It's hard on the trainers. It's hard on, the grooms work so hard, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and then from just being on the show and getting to know people, I've learned so much, and I'm still not 100. I still see things or hear things that I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. So there's definitely so much to it.
Yeah, it's a lot. So who do we have for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have current Golden Gate announcer Matt Dinnerman, but he will be the new Oaklawn Park announcer, and Oaklawn starts in December. So we'll talk to Matt about that and more. Matt's always been a guy. He was back on when Rich was just a podcast by himself. Matt's been on the show, so he's been on every show but Horse Center. Horse Center, we've just always had him on the Players Edge podcast where we're handicapping and stuff like that. So tomorrow will be more Horse Center with like his background, how he got involved and stuff. Matt's, a young announcer that's just great for the sport. Always.
That's another thing that I imagine to be super tough is calling races. I would be so overwhelmed.
I think, it'd be fun to do it by yourself to test it out, but having people hear it, no. It's like singing in the car.
They're like a cross between like almost like an auctioneer and I don't know, something else, because they have to think so fast and they have to talk so fast and remember the names and the numbers and
I think the hardest part, and I don't know if people realize, like, when they use the binoculars, I can't figure out, like, I don't know how they do it with the binoculars. They can't use they use the video a little bit, but they're basically using the binoculars. I don't know how they do that.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to find out. Hopefully we can learn something tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And then the guys will be back tomorrow, too, with Parks, still handicap Parks, Terry and Rich. So make sure you guys tune in for that, too.
All right. Excellent. Well, Ben, until tomorrow, we will see you
in the winner's circle.
Right.
Winner's circle.
Oh, that's great. You have kids there, too.
Just my 5-year-old, yep.
Oh, where is she? Is she or he?
He just went upstairs. He won't come to the camera. The only thing he'll say is the winner circle thing at the end.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. That's the end of our show tonight. Thank you, Sean. And yep, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Wait, time out. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. I thought I lost you. All right, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.